Just got through watching a sweet episode of Simpsons, and now I'm stuck here reading this. Life. Don't talk to me about life. And this is the Shadow Temple, which, I know it's a temple. I know where it is. It's in the graveyard. I've been through there. I played this game before. I know about the Shadow Temple. But you want to know what's weird? Every time I've seen a playthrough of it, and every time I've played it, I don't remember much of it. Hell, I can't even remember who the Shades is. And yes, I can list the other stages. Light is Raru. Forest is Saria. Fire is Darunia. Water is Ruto. And the Spirit Temple is Impa. There. 4. But for the life of me, I can't remember much about the Shadow Temple. And I think I know why. I was bored. I think the Shadow Temple is the most boring one of the whole bunch. I mean, the only really cool item you get is the lens. That's it. Then after that, it's just dull, dull, dull. The monsters are dull. The boss is dull. You could literally skip this temple, and I don't think you would have noticed. It'll probably be one of the few times I say, go ahead and speedrun through that. And I'm not the type of guy who speedruns. You make immense being shocked. The next morning, the Twilight, hi Twilight, hi, was indeed still intact, and everyone met at the graveyard at 7:30. Everyone except Serena, that was. What is with that girl? Darian muttered to Navi, who was sitting on his shoulder. Who cares? She's just too lazy for her own goods. Navi judged. You're so sick of me, Darian. She rested her tiny head against his neck. No. Oh, no. Don't you dare, Fick. But still, sexist, misogynistic attitudes towards women by giving them stupid crushes that don't really make sense. All based off of bad 80s tropes. I'm home. I swear Darian was. Navi, you're only 3 inches high, he said to her. Navi felt playfully irritated. What, you don't like short girls? Everyone laughed at that, but actually Navi was coming into the Shadow Temple as they're going by would give them some much-needed light. Suddenly, there was Serena wearing a Myers light hat, carrying a flashlight in one hand and a burning lantern in the other. Sorry about light, she said. I gotta get a few things. Everyone sighed at the way Serena looked with all that equipment she had. But to suppose it would help. After all, the Shadow Temple is a pretty dark place according to Link. Remind me again why I'm doing this? Serena, Ellipses, I told you, Ellipses, we're doing this, dash. Okay, Ellipses, okay, Serena cut in. Just let's get this over with now. Well, that's so they headed down to the cave where Stampy had covered it up with a big sheet to make it look like the wall was still there. Good luck there, young'uns, he said. Don't you be afraid now. Oh, look at everything. Everyone was very grateful to Dampy for helping out on this, and for looking after Marco, who was still a Poe, and still a case in a jar. As soon as the Shadow Temple with the twilight being lifted, Marco would change back, ellipses. Once inside the crypt, at the face! Link changed to his true form. Healing power. Something. Moon crystal power! I thought we were still on Prism, ellipses. Says the Shao. And Serena became Super Sailor Moon, ellipses. What do you know, ellipses? Those 2 meatballs are her head stuck through her mind hat. What do you know? Even under there, she's a meatball head, mocked Ray. Hey, meatball head, ellipses. I had to go there, ellipses. Does nobody know what dumplings look like? Sailor Moon's head throbbed with anger. Very funny, she muttered. All right, Ellipses, that's enough. I'll have plenty of time to continue to make fun of Serena later. It was time to enter the Shadow Temple. The first thing to do was actually get past the large stone blocking the entrance. Now, if I remember correctly, Ellipses, the only way to get rid of this rock is to light all these torches. So, stand back, everyone. Everyone backed away to the stairs as Link got to the center of all the torches. Dins, Ellipses, fireball, Ellipses, burn! You called that a fireball incantation for Din's fire? Let me show you how it's done. Din's fire! That's how you do it. What? That's how I did it as a kid. He pounded the ground, sending Din's fire in all directions, which lit all the torches, and a stone door that was slowly starting to reveal a long tunnel to the Shadow Temple. Here you go, Sailor Moon muttered nervously. Remember to use extreme caution, Sailor Moon. Link said, no telling what sort of hocus pocus we could run into. Sailor Moon gulped as hard as Link took. Don't look into that. The lantern from her to make it easier to walk. You'll be fine, just as long as you stay with me, Link said. He turned his back and looked at everyone and marked the secret barrier line. No one comes in beyond this alcove. Is that clear? Everyone nodded and wished Link, Sailor Moon, and Navi good luck as they crossed the tunnel and disappeared into the shadows. Good luck, Master, Ray muttered. You and Sailor Moon will need it. Now with that done, they all headed out to school. By the way, Ellipses, how did Master get Serena out of school today? Asked Tommy. Leo decided to whisper to everyone. When they heard what it was, they all giggled. She's due for a big surprise. Oh man, this fig is not nice to her. Shadow Temple. Sailor Moon's heart was already racing like crazy at how dark it was, even with the light sources and that ever so creepy music. Again, it wasn't even that creepy when I played it. Boring temple. It sounded like ghosts. You okay, Sailor Moon? Link asked. Sailor Moon nodded nervously. They came to a turn and tunnel found what looked like a bottomless pit they couldn't hop across. Link told her it wasn't really bottomless. They fell in. Here, Ellipses, just watch. Link he said as he jumped to the pit. Master! Screamed Sailor Moon. His voice echoed along the walls. Right here, Link called from behind. It was not a big deal. The pit only seemed bottomless, but they filled in, they would be sent back to the place they entered from. Ellipses, with the exception that they are, it feels slightly weakened. Oh, God. Ringer, wake up! Wake up! What? You missed half of the thick because that scene was so stupid. Oh my God, where are we? Navi checked the better Sarah, see what Sarah. Ellipses, she called. I like it when I make her yell out, hey. Oh my God. Everybody knows that low right there. Well, that's a first. I like it when I make her yell out, hey? Said nobody ever! Figuring it out. She told him that the statue had to be rotated around so it faced one of the skulls. The cat's was, only one skull was real, the others were not. If he managed to line the statue up with the right skull, then the statue across the castle would open its gate. And if we make it wrong? Asked Sailor Moon. Link told her to never mind that. He just used his truth vision to find the real skull. He pulled the statue until it faced the skull, and sure enough, the gate opened. Come on, Sailor Moon, he said. You have truth vision too, so use it. Sailor Moon sighed. Okay, I'll use it for your sake. Oh my God, Usagi's about as bored with this temple as I am. She tapped on her truth vision and gazed across the chasm, but there seemed to be absolutely no way to get across it. No switch, Ellipses. No hook shot target, Ellipses. Not even invisible walkways. But this is just great, she complained. There's nothing here. Link and Navi both sighed. Amateur. She muttered. You look around the whole room. Come on. All right, Ellipses, calm down already, Silverman growled. She looked around the whole room and she did see something. Over there, Ellipses, she said, pointing to one of the walls. There's a hidden passage behind that plaque over there. Good, Ellipses, go then, Link said. Well, you found it, so lead the way. You know, it amazes me that Link did so much for the other Senshi, but for Sailor Moon, he's fucking around. I think it's obvious. Usagi's the one he hates the most. Noticed she couldn't argue, she picked up her flashlight and led them all to the invisible wall. Sure, it was dark down the tunnel, but at the end they came to a large metal door. Well, duh, I'm used to it by now. I know, Usagi. It seems like a lot of people just can't get past that first season depiction of you. First season nothing, they can't get past the first 4 episodes! Yeah, I know. It's like every single crate goes, well, Usagi doesn't really go out to save her friends. Can I have footage of later seasons of her doing just that? And she's a crybaby. She's always scared. Can I show scenes of her actually going out and willing to save the world on her own? Thank you. Here's the thing. If you actually watched past the first 4 episodes, you would see that Usagi grows up. While she still could get emotional, she also learns to face her fears and handle things on her own. I hate to tell you this, but Usagi and characters in anime in general really do receive this character development. And unlike what the meme says, it's not just a hat. A lot of times, they do change. And no, tsundere doesn't mean that they have more than one character trait, honest trailers. Still upset? I swear to God. The main character is the one that wears neon colors. But Ed wears black. And they're the ones who shout out the attack names. But Fullmetal Alchemist is a shonen and Ed doesn't yell out attack names at all. Go on, said Link. Sailor Moon nervously took hold of the door handle and opened the door so fast she would have broken it right off. Nothing too scary to seem to be inside. Just the wall with a skull mark on it. As it wasn't too dark in there. Link used his true vision and saw more false walls. Let's go to the right. I think I remember something, he said. Sailor Moon followed him nervously. You know, you seem to remember a lot about the temple, but you can't seem to remember a similar plot point. He followed the path and found another false wall at the corner inside the door. Here we go, Link said. Do we really have to? Sailor Moon asked. Yep. Link grabbed her by the arm and pulled her into the next room, where a bunch of weird-looking bodies were just standing there, moaning and groaning. Their voices did sound creepy, but they didn't seem to be moving at all. What funny-looking things are these? Sailor Moon muttered as he moved in closer. Hey, Sailor Moon, Ellipses. No, get out of there, said Link. Sailor Moon turned around and asked, why? But just then, she heard a high-pitched screaming sound, and Ellipses, hey, what happened? I can't seem to move an inch. Where's the net? The weird monster slowly began walking toward her. Navi, Ellipses, Master, Ellipses, help! She cried. Hang on! Link cried. Do it, Navi! Navi nodded and flew directly to the center of the monsters. It pressed herself hard, causing her to glow to spread, blind the monster so that once he practically froze in the spot. Yeah, Link! Navi cried. Right, Ellipses, here I come! Link's aide charged with his sword and tore through all the monsters to free Sailor Moon. Phew, Ellipses, what are all these things? She asked. Those are redeads, and they are the most vile, annoying, stupid creations of any Legend of Zelda game ever! Oh, don't try and say, oh, well, I got this monster or something from, oh, I don't know, Breath of the Wild or something. No, these things are the worst! They don't scare me as much as, say, a Wallmaster, but these things are just annoying. Think about it. You're running down at the final level of the game. You're trying to bypass the freaking temple, and you know you got a time limit. And unlike Game Grumps, you actually pay attention. That's 8. You got a lot of catching to do. You're 3 behind. You're right. Then, suddenly, you get between 2 redeads, and they freeze you. And just when you almost can move again, the next one freezes you again, and then again, and then again. It leaves you paralyzed for 5 fucking minutes. I hate these things. Temple's crawling with monsters like them, Ellipses, and they stare at you. Their hypnotic gaze will paralyze you right on the spot.
It's not all you do. And
Navi,
you're close enough to you while you can't defend yourself, Ellipses.
They'll jump around you and choke you to death. Sailor Moon went all pink and blue at the same time. Nice, Navi, Ellipses. I think you killed her here, her hair there. Sighed Link. He knew Sailor Moon didn't know anything about the Shadow Temple and its Navi's monsters, as he did have every reason to feel a little freaked out. But there was no need to scare her. After the last 3 dead collapsed, a chest with a desert map appeared. There, Ellipses, this will really help us out a bit. Link said he picked up the lantern to look at the map closely and found where they needed to go. Let's go. And he led them out of the room.
Now what do we do?
Asked Sailor Moon. You know, I just realized I think Micah blew his wad on the first 3 generals because the spirit one hasn't done any taunting in a while. Link pointed out the next room that they had to head to would contain the item they would need to cross the chasm in the main entrance hall. But it would be even harder than the last room they were in.
You mean,
let's see, Silver gulped hard.
There are more zombies in there?
Worse, Ellipses, much worse, Link said. When we get there, you'll see. Now, Camel! They followed more of the pathways, and Link used his true fist to locate fake walls. Ellipses, but be honest, he was getting woozy from using it so many times.
Master, are you okay?
Link rubbed his eyes. Yeah, Ellipses, I'm okay. He said, come on, Ellipses, let's go. They followed the map and found the door that they had to go through. But once they walked through it, Ellipses, they were locked in.
No!
Cried Sailor Moon as he went in and pounded the door. It's no good, Sailor Moon, Ellipses. Won't open it until we clear the chamber, said Link. Sailor Moon put down her flashlight in Maya's hand.
Okay, Ellipses. So where's the monster? She asked. Please don't tell me he's more of those re-dead freaks.
Actually, the only strange things in the rooms were a whole weight of long arms sticking out from the ground. Oh, it's okay. They only want toilet paper. Get ready, Sailor Moon, Link said as he withdrew his sword.
Careful, Master,
Sailor Moon muttered. Link moved slowly towards one of the arms. Here goes! He snapped and took a huge swing on his arm. Before his sword came in contact, Ellipses, the arm weaved out of the way, Ellipses. Then another one knocked Link's shield, sword, and lantern away. Finally, all the arms moved and grabbed him, pinned to the walls. Hey! Ellipses, look over me! He growled.
Master!
Sailor Moon cried. So he ran towards him, but was pushed back when the soil began to erupt. A big, ugly, horrible beast appeared. All Sailor Moon could do was scream and back away from the monster, gaze down at her, and licked his lips. Hello, that's... he sniggered. Ellipses, you look tasty. Sailor Moon tried to run, but with the door still locked, the monster able to pop up anywhere from the soil.
Master, Ellipses, what do I do?
She cried. It's no use! Link called from the wall. You'll have to fight and destroy that thing.
What? Why me? Why do I have to do it?
Link didn't know she was being cowardly or incompetent. Duh. Because you're the only one down there, he said. Navi, would you help her out so she stays in one piece?
I'm on it.
Navi says he's doing a bow.
You think you trust me in that, Sailor Moon?
Sailor Moon tossed the monster to do for her.
I trust you in my homework for right now,
she cried as she tossed a blow.
Let's see.
I learned to fire it. The monster sniggered as he dove down for her again.
No, let's see. Okay, Swissy. Listen,
let's see.
The monster's called Dead Hand, let's see. You have to get him in his face.
Let's see. Sailor Moon dodged another blow.
Easier said than done. As long as he doesn't get my face first.
Kids, Link grunted as he tried to weave his way out of the arms that bound him. The more he struggled, the more tired it got, Ellipses. Now he was still a little woozy from using True Fist too much. It's no use!
Some help you are.
I'm with Sailor Moon on this one. She decided it's the wrong way and would have to fight back.
Well, Ellipses, here goes something. She cried. Shadow Suing Strike!
Wait a minute, that's not a Pokemon move. You cheated! You could have used Crunch, or Shadow Ball, or Bite. She changed her shadowy form, trying to shoot him underneath Dead Hand, but she looked at something. She couldn't get underneath him because he wasn't fully up out of the ground. Instead, she bumped right into his body, bounced off of him. Ooh, that is. Dead Hand chuckled as he disappeared under the soil. But then again, two can play this game.
Gone! cried Navi. Where'd he go?
asked Sailor Moon. Link suddenly saw a shadow appear at his feet. Look out! he cried. Toot it. Ellipses. Dead Hand sprung up from the soil and flung Sailor Moon across the room. She landed with a thud onto her lantern, shattering it, and her skin caught fire.
Yeek!
She rolled around the floor.
Get smarts!
Let's have to serve up a barbecue. Dead Hand chuckled. Here I come! Sailor Moon really hated when someone tried to roast her clothes. Now she was starting to burn up.
You want a treat? Well, tug on this!
She growled. It went over to kick Ray. Of course, Dead Hand was smarter than that and dove back into soil. You missed me, Ellipses. Hee. He snickered. He hopped back up and flung her across the room again. This really made her mad. She tried another high jump kick, Ellipses, but missed again. The cycle just seemed to be repeating itself over and over again. Jump kick, Ellipses, miss, Ellipses, pop up, Ellipses, and fling across the room. After a few repeats, Ellipses, Sailor Moon was looking pretty weary, with Dead Hand still frantic coming for her. Will you forget about aiming where he is? It sounded like, come on, use your head! Suddenly Sailor Moon had,
my head?
Of course, her tiara. She could just figure out how to outsmart the big brute. Maybe she could fizz him.
I think I have it.
She got up on her grasp. Big boy, here I come, Ellipses. She charged with another kick, this time, playing a Dead Hand was dodging. Missed again, he mocked. Really, he had fallen into a trap. Sailor Moon now knew instead of a suit where he was, Ellipses, so he had a suit where he was going to be. Finally, she saw the shadow and just came up. She concentrated her powers. Ellipses,
Moon Tiara Magic!
She threw the air she did straight at the Dead Hand and plopped his head to the soil. Oh, what's up? The Dead Hand turned to face just in time to catch the disc right in the middle. Yeah! His body began to split right apart down the middle like tissue paper, and he collapsed. Aye, Ellipses. Was it, Ellipses? Really hungry, Ellipses. Anyway, Ellipses. Ugh. And he was gone. His body was dust, and his arms disappeared, laying down the wall. Well done, Sailor Moon, he said as he pressed off his tunic. Sailor Moon just stood there, as though she had forgotten to move.
Can't believe I just did. Had to face an ugly beast all on my own, Ellipses. Almost got killed, Ellipses, and...
She gazed down at the broken gas and an old kerosene candle wick.
Oh, Ellipses, how many lasers broken?
Link and Navi had wary-eyed expressions.
He really is utterly believable,
Navi said. The door was unbarred, Ellipses. A large chest appeared in the room. Link opened it up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And both his boots and Sailor Moon's began glowing. When the light vanished, Ellipses, their boots now had a type of yellow, feathery coat covering their foot, heel, and sole parts of their boots. At last! We got it, Link said. And now, to proceed to play the rest of the game wearing these boots, thus making it harder to walk, harder to move, harder to fight, and harder to do anything, because for some odd reason, we need to have it on at all times.
And that's 9!
Thank you, Trixie, I feel better.
Wow,
Sailor Moon said as he gazed at how shiny her boots looked.
This sure is cute, but what is it? Oh!
As he tried to walk forward, it was like walking on ice, as he slipped and fell on her bottom. Link told her that these were the hover boots he told her about. He had the ability to let them walk on very soft grounds, and also for a few seconds he would be able to walk across the gas to the floor in between ledges. But be warned, these boots have no traction, so they're slippery. Yes, and this is why you don't wear them all the time.
10!
Now we're done. Sailor got her flashlight. The bird mind had back on. Now that they had the hover boots, they would be able to cross the chasm into the main entrance hall. And proceed to never take them off, even though it makes you play bad.
And that's 11! You caught up!
Thank you, Trixie. But this was the only beginning of the Shadow Temple. For deeper they would go into the temple, the darker, more creepy it would become. Could Sailor Moon stand up to make it the rest of the way, or will Link have to keep fending for her? And interesting enough, they proceed to say it's okay. And then some random song from... Oh, it's supposed to be If I Only Had the Knife. You did not need to add it to it. And, hey! There's this guy who's doing a comment following the fic, and he's gone now. I gotta miss him.